Welcome, Bulldogs Sports Network fans. Brett Swinney here with Corey Marshall and hopefully Vincent Johnson will be jumping in soon for the Week 2 Bulldogs wrap-up show. Corey, how's their week going, man?
Oh man, it's going pretty good. Excited. It's much. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a good week.
Yeah, got a little nude music here.
Right.
Shout out to our Trey Everhart for this mix.
For sure,
Uh,
man.
well,
That brought us good luck. We won state last time. That music was playing, so the song was playing. So
yeah, really good. Guys, we'll just start out with saying, hey, get your chats in now. Uh, get them in while you can. Corey, you want to start with our predictions from last week? We'll start with that, and we'll end with our predictions for next game. That kind of way we can kind of see. Now the score was
oh yeah,
35 to 15. So I know
35-15 was the
I
score.
was close on one score, a little off on the offensive side. That's probably not where I would have thought I would have missed.
Yeah, you had that score. You had 56-14, which is a little lopsided. But Hector was close by far. He had 38-24. So
38 to
I had
24.
I had 48-24. Vince had 42-27. You had 56-14. Um, there was another one, 59-31 with Drew, and then of course Hector at 38-24. I think I'm missing one. That was another score, 42-21. I can't remember. I think Adam. Yes, Adam had a score of 42-21. So
There was a lot of scores
yeah,
that were pretty close on the margin.
yeah,
Uh,
38 to 24, 38 to 24. That was almost on the money, but that was a good one. I think everybody kind of picked the defensive part was good enough, but yeah,
well,
but 38-15. That's pretty good. I watched the game from start to finish. Man, it was a pretty good game either way. I thought our defense, of course, we came out and we had very good stops throughout, and then of course we had some good turnovers. I thought we played a complete game, so I'm excited.
we got Hector
What's
joining
up,
us
Hector?
live tonight. What's up, Hector? Glad you could catch us live tonight. I don't know if you were listening, but you were the closest on our score pick'em contest this week. So congrats to Hector.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what if did you talk to Vince today? Thought he said earlier he was going to be joining us.
Schedule. I could be running a little by schedule.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, he's probably watching this week's game right now after we gave him a hard time last
No,
week.
no, no. He definitely watched the game last week. He and I was texting. He definitely
Okay,
watched the game this past week.
okay, all right. I thought after
We was
last
watching at
week,
the same
we gave him a
time.
hard time.
No, 'cause we was talking about the
Uh,
game, man. It was I don't know. Like, of course, I'm trying not to be biased. I try not to be biased as much as possible. But I mean, it was a good game, man. It was a complete game, and we scored on one play drives, and your defense impressed me the most. We bottled them up at quarterback. I mean, that was good. It was impressive. Good win.
yeah, that was probably the key to the game. I mean, I hate to be take advantage of an injury, but when Ruiz went down, their offense never really got going again. So,
Yeah.
oh wait, it's King V? Do we have? There he is.
What's up?
He's not.
What's going
He's not.
on, Vincent Johnson?
Nothing much,
He's
man.
not
Nothing
at the
much.
games.
Man, I like your setup there. That's good. Some good decor. Nice Longhorn decor.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It took me a little bit to make it
he's even
decent
he's
for
he's
today.
even got his hat on this week. Look at there. Hey,
Well, you keep asking for it. You keep asking for it.
those of you that like a hat, check out Vincent's hat there. He's got on there $15. Support the Bulldog Sports Network and get you a hat. Vince, basically, we were just kind of going over our picket contest. That's all you've really missed. We were just talking about who had the closest, and it was Hector had the closest score. What was that score, Corey?
Hector was 38-24, so he was the closest one out overall.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that was real good.
Yeah.
That was
So
good.
48. I
so
mean, the
Hector
48
got the.
was. I thought we was gonna get the 48, but that's cool. Or the 40, but it's all right. I live with that.
All right. So let's go around the table and what was y'all's number one thing that stuck out to y'all about this week's game? Vince, we'll start with you
Um,
since you got here a little late. What you got?
uh, what stuck out to me, I think I talked about it a little bit last week, was Deuce, man. Deuce is a monster, bro, and that's the best way to put it. And I think that the combination between him and our quarterback is just dynamic, and not even just like. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from none of the rest of the kids. Like Tyson Berry is off the chain too. I I will tell you that I wish I could remember the guy in the booth that I was talking to last season, and I remember the last home game we played, and I looked over and I told him, I said, man, I said, Deuce is a sophomore. I was like, Deuce McGregor's a sophomore. I just started smiling, and he was like, what? And I was like, he got 2 more years of this. And he literally might have been the best player on the field tonight. He has 2 more years of it. And I just got excited. And even after the game, I was talking to some of my buddies, and I was just telling them, they was like, man, y'all got a receiver that kind of went off. I said, dude, that dude been going off. I was like, and he still got another year. He still got more room to grow. He still got more room to grow, man. You don't always see it like that. You don't always see somebody who gets it at a very young age like that. So I mean, for me, I kind of get excited when I see those type of people who do that. And Tyson Berry the same man. He gets it, and like I ain't gonna lie, like even when I was watching the game last night, I mean not last night, the Friday night.
Last night.
No. I didn't
No,
watch it. I watched the Friday night, but I had to stop it because it was just cutting up. It wasn't a good feed Friday night. So I only watched to the third quarters when I just had enough because every 30 seconds, I text you, and I told you, I said, man, is it stopping for you too? Because every 30 seconds my feed stops and I have to reload the whole thing over. So I got to I think the end of the third quarter when I finally was just like, all right, this is giving me a headache. I'll just wait.
Trouble
So
because it was out fine on it, I feel like. So
I mean, the way y'all were talking about it, it sounded like y'all were fine. But even like when it started like 10 or 15 minutes late. When it started, they had just scored. I was like, man, I just kind of popped in.
Issues with Texan.
And I wasn't mad, but I mean, I'm just saying like that's kind of what we were dealing with. But when I was watching the game, I got a little jealous a little bit because I said, man, I wish I could have got that mentally, the way I see them have it. They got it, and I was like, I wish when I was at that age, I had it up here then because I didn't. I was just playing.
Yeah.
I was playing. And I like to think that I was decent, but I don't know what I would have been if I could have saw the game the way they see it, Like them dudes, they get it. They get it, man.
We did have some issues, and it was the on Texas Lives on their server they were having issues.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I texted Corey and I was like, man, this feed, man, every 30 seconds it will just sit there and load. And I'm like, and then Corey was like, well, where they at. It probably ain't a good signal. I don't know, because mine is doing the same thing. And I said, okay, well, at least I know it ain't me, because I'm trying to watch it on my phone. Then I was trying to watch it on the TV, and I'm like, I'm getting the same situation, no matter what I watch it on. I'm trying to get it on the computer. So I just, at the end of that third quarter, I was like, man, I'll just wait till they post it and see if it works even better then. And it did. It did. Actually, today I sat there and I started to rewatch it in full view. And I mean, I saw a lot of things I liked. I saw a lot of things that need to be buttoned up, but overall, I was okay with I was happy with the performance. I was
All
happy
right,
with it.
Corey, what do you got?
Um, I mean, just to kind of backdoor what Vince was saying, uh, probably the most impressive thing was the defense because that was one of the things I was worried about the most. Not the defense, but kind of containing Livingston because they had a. I mean, their offense was their big one. They had a good quarterback, and they had a good running option, speed. So I mean, I was hoping our defense came out and played, and man, we had some good plays. We bottled them up, from the beginning, and
Mhm.
and I think that looked like that was a focal point coming into the game is creating stops. And I remember I mentioned that back in week one. We talked about the preseason. I said, can they make plays? That's one of the things. Who are your playmakers? And I think this kind of,
Yeah,
after week two, I think the coaches have to kind of see exactly who the playmakers are on defense, and they're coming up every week and making plays.
man.
We had a
I don't
few
want to cut you off,
fumbles.
Corey, but I want to make sure I say this
Yeah.
too. Um, when you talking about defense, dude, I need to give credit to Brack Dyer. Dude
Yep.
is cold too, man. He holding it down. Like the whole defense is holding it down, but like he been holding it down. I remember when I did the announcing last year, how I was always calling his name. He was always in on every tackle, and it just seem like he just continued that. Um, in one thing, there was a few plays in
T-
particular where I
10
saw,
tackles.
huh?
10 tackles for
10
Brad
tackles.
Dyer this
Yes,
week.
yes, 10 tackles, and I think the week
Every
before he had
every
10 or
week
11 or something like that.
every week he's got double digit tackles.
Yeah,
I mean, and,
yeah,
and that's
he's
and that's
killing it.
and that's them rotating kids in. You've got
Yeah.
Bribson, and who else is the other one that comes in?
I had it pulled up here too. God,
There's a couple of guys that come in and they rotate those linebackers. If you'll notice,
yeah.
they're not in all the
They
time. That
one thing I saw was like the quarterback, he would boot, he would boot out on a play, and I noticed how the defense would just cage him in. Nobody chased, nobody turned their shoulders and chased downhill at it. They waited on him. They waited at the line of scrimmage, just sliding down the line of scrimmage, waiting on him. And I was like, man, that's technique. And it was like, and when every time he did it, it was at least 2 to 3 of them that was doing that. They just waiting on him, let him come to him. Come to me. So I was like, man, the coach is he on it. He teaching them. I really don't have no complaints. Like I said, like it was a good performance. I wish some other things would have went our way, but overall, man, it was dope. It was dope. It was a good football game.
Christian Blevin says we are beating Hallsville. So
I'm not gonna
Christian, I
deny
got to
that.
shout
Um,
shout out to Christian. I got to meet him in the hallway this week. He said, are you on the show here on the Bulldog Sports Network?" I was like, "Yes, sir, that's me." So he introduced himself. So shout out to Christian. But yeah, I think
shout out Chris.
the things I saw, of course, I mean, you could echo the defense all day long, um,
Mm-hmm.
but I noticed the penalties were cleaned up a lot better this week. We didn't have
Mm-hmm.
near as many of those penalties. Now, the drops got us. I mean, and you have those kind of games, but I think Mr. McFoy is going to want to forget Friday night's football game. He had 2 touchdowns in his hands and just dropped them. He this sure-handed usually, and just had one of those games that just dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so there was 2 touchdowns right there, that would have extended us out. That might could have got us close to that score that I was looking for, this week. But you know, overall, I thought we did see some improvements, because you're going to have those kind of games where you drop pass. I think, what I noticed is it was a lot of deuce the first game, and deuce and deuce and deuce, and he had a great game as well. But some other guys were chipped in. Watkins got a couple of catches. Um,
Hmm.
Also, Tyson Berry got a couple of catches. So you got guys spreading it out a little bit, and they were able to kind of share the workload a little bit more now. we still had 5 catches for 150 yards, average of 30 yards per
I
catch.
mean, we kind of we figured that out along that. I mean, we had the 4 wideouts that we have. They're gonna be big play
Uh-huh.
wide receivers. So we already figured that part out. The other thing that I kind of wanted to hit on too was they didn't score a touchdown until like the third quarter. Now, as far
Mm.
as like on the offensive end, yeah, they had a fake punt,
Yeah,
which they
that wasn't.
scored.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, okay, but that's kind of let me know the defense where it needs to be. It's early. I'm not pumping it.
I
I'm not
know
on the
you
gas
don't want to get too much praise early, but
right
man, it
now. It's
looked good.
early. Like I said, man, I want to peak too early, but they look good as of right now. Two very winnable football games, and the Livingston game, like I told you, it was one of the games I circled because hey, there was a revenge game. They could come back and kind of beat us. I just didn't see that in Livingston at all. Like they looked pretty decent on paper, look athletic, but man, it was dominant from the beginning. Especially our big
yeah.
plays, us making big plays, man.
Hmm. We targeted Ruiz. I was in the defensive room. Just happened to go in there one day at work, and they were talking it up, and they were basically saying contain Ruiz, and you can contain Livingston on offense. And not this is only about half the game stats, but Mr. Ruiz had 15 carries for 14 yards. So they kind of had him contained. And I don't know if y'all noticed this, but when he was in the game, they didn't hand the ball to the running back. Did y'all notice that?
Mm.
There wasn't really a running back in the game. Now, when he went out and they had to bring in McNeil, which was one of the receivers, he wasn't even listed on the roster as a quarterback. So
Oh,
who's
you
to
know what?
say?
Now that you mention that, I do remember now what you're saying. Yeah, there was no tailback.
No,
No.
he would roll out and he would either run with it or he would
Yeah.
throw it. It was a
Yeah.
rollout on everything. There was no drop back to pass and throw it. It was either basically a option for him to run pass. He was
Hmm.
either going to run it or he was going to throw it. Um, and when they went to the other quarterback, and I think it was more precautionary because they kind of saw the writing on the wall. Hey, we're not going to win this week, so we don't want to get this guy killed because I mean
Or probably
they were
not that they
laying
don't. Probably that they're not gonna win like that. You
well,
know.
and but he was like we
The
saw him
game
on the
was over.
sideline. He was still walking around. Now he wasn't running, but he
Yeah.
was still walking around. And so uh, they at that point they're like, okay, so do we want to try to come back on this game, or do we want to win our district? And so I'm assuming that's probably what they did. They said, oh, let's not get him hurt. Let's get our backup some reps because later in the year, if you're going to play like they're playing right now and run your quarterback that much, chances of him being healthy the whole year not too great, especially if they play any defenses similar to us that are going to be laying the wood on him. So I think that's one of the things I noticed was our defense keyed on him, and they didn't run anybody else. They pretty much either did or they dumped it off to the tight end.
Hmm.
He was a target that they had. I think it was it Vasquez? Not Fagan. Fagan. He was his favorite target. It was Fagan. The pretty big bodied, probably 6'2", 6'3" tight end. And that was pretty much it. They didn't do a whole lot. I mean, minus like Corey said, that one fake punt. There wasn't a whole lot of offense from
Mm-mm.
them at all.
They didn't. They didn't have a whole lot going for them, which I was kind of surprised by that. I really feel like they were gonna really try to uh, give us a game there, but I mean, like you said, it started early. Like when it came on for me to watch, it came on in the middle of a play where he ran for like we had a big run for like 20 something yards, and then the next play, boom, we was in the end zone. I was like, whoa, and then they got on defense, and it was just like, oh no, they're not going nowhere, 3-and-out, and we back on the field again. It just the whole night felt like that, and
I mean, we dominated the game on the defensive end,
I
so
don't I don't
that I
uh
mean,
I don't expect for every game to look like that, but I wouldn't mind if it did. I wouldn't mind at all.
Well, Christian Blevins said Tyler 330 yards. That's pretty
Yeah.
close, Christian. According to Matt Stats, which the coaches put in, Mr. Jones was 14 of 24 for 336 yards with 4 touchdowns. QB rating of 142.4. Not too bad.
One thing I would like to see improve, and I made a note of this because I did want to mention it on the show, is that I feel like as great as our passing game is, I feel like we're losing our identity as runners too. It's not really that it's not there, but I don't want to become just dependent upon the pass. You know,
What?
I
I
want
How
don't
to.
even
much?
think
How
it's
many
that.
yards? How many yards of the ground do y'all think we had? Take a guess between the two of y'all.
I looked at it earlier. If
Talking
I had
about
to add them all up,
combined
80.
games.
Well, just
Because
the
it was like
combined
what,
game.
7 people with yards, right? 7, 8 people with some yards, something like that.
We had 1, 2, 3, yep, seven runners. So take a guess, Corey, for this game.
I mean, I'd probably say about maybe 75, 70 yards.
You said about 80 Vince.
Yeah, 80, 86, something
Uh,
like that.
17 carries for 100 yards.
That's your,
5.9
okay.
5.9 average.
Okay, well, I guess
So
when you say it like that, I look at it individually, and I think I'm looking at all these guys, 14 yards here,
yeah,
10
and
yards
you've
there,
got to and you've
but
got
I'm
to
not
look at
thinking
it.
about it, total together.
Yeah, and
That's
you
not bad actually. That's
and you've
that's
got to
actually,
think of it. We had two of those runners had 1 carry for -1 yards. So you
yes,
take those two out, and that's 15 carries for 102 yards, which brings the average up even more.
yeah.
Um, Led the way by Samari Willis, 3 carries for 32 yards. Next would be Kevin Brooks, 4 carries for 29 yards.
I guess I'm just
Uh,
used to those dominant runner type people. I guess
well,
I'm looking
well,
for
we
that.
don't have we're more of a 3 or 4 headed monster, so you don't have one
Yeah,
guy
yeah, which
like
that's
running the
fine.
ball all
That's
the
fine.
time.
That's just what I think I was used to, but I do like the
So,
idea of having multiple guys swap in and out constantly. So I mean,
I mean, I guess
um,
the rule of thumb would be if you're already up by 4 or 5 touchdowns, or if you're up by 3 touchdowns, you can still want to roll, control the clock and control possession of the game. You still got to have somebody to run the football. So, I mean, you might as well do it
Yeah.
by
yeah,
committee
Well,
if you can.
and a lot of those guys play defense too, so you want to keep
yeah,
Yeah.
them fresh.
yeah, that's true. So
So,
they gotta keep rotating them.
uh-huh, uh-huh. And I've liked. I mentioned it last week. I think I like the little the Williams boy, 23, the little back.
Yeah,
He's a nice change of pace back, and I don't believe he plays defense. So having a guy in there that can come in and because I know J.K. plays defense. I believe Samari does as
yeah,
well. I'm not sure about Kevin Brooks, but the more guys that you can rotate in and out in that, and not really lose a whole lot. We don't have like Andrew Tucker type back like that's gonna
yeah,
just
yeah.
or a
Every
Laramie
down back.
or a Laramie lead. It's gonna just you know demand the ball every time and is so good and so much better than everybody else that they get the ball a lot. They've got so many guys that can do that role. I mean, you might find a game where one or two of them hot and you go with those guys, but in this game we really didn't. I mean, they ran it when they needed to, but
Yeah,
they really relied on their bread and butter, which is their 4 stud receivers.
Right.
yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, Samar Willis had a rushing touchdown. I just saw it here. It looks like he got made pay dirt there on the just watching some
that was that
replays.
one. That was that one right when we came on air. Samari broke
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
hmm
yeah. Like I said, it was like right when you came on, it was one play, and then it was like bam, touchdown. I was like,
we
oh,
we hadn't even got like started talking yet. It was just
yeah.
we
Actually, I
got
thought
the
it was something
camera
wrong
feed.
with the audio. I was like, man, is something wrong? And then I started to hear. I think I heard the crowd first, and then I heard
Yeah,
you and Logan start talking. And I was like, oh, okay. They just didn't say anything.
yeah. We had just gotten it on, which is it's frustrating because we've got all these people out here relying on our broadcaster. Our hands were tied in this case just because
Yeah, man. I
we
paid
were
my
waiting.
money. I
We
paid
were
my
waiting
money
on.
up front, Brett. I
Hey,
need
they
my
were
my stream.
They gave us a bum server, man. We couldn't get it
Who
connected.
do
I
I
don't know
need to
what that was.
call? Who in Chapel Hill do I need to call? Or do I need to be called suddenly?
Well, if we'd have been on Sports Network, we probably would have already been on. We love Texan Live and Jesse and the guys out
You
there.
see, I
They're
called
good
a
support.
technician over here. I called Corey. Hey, what's going on, man?
I mean, I
I had
thought we
no
did pretty
idea.
well. We streamed the whole game on my hotspot again, so we didn't have access to the Wi-Fi
Yeah.
in the press
Oh, you
box.
streamed it on the hotspot?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm
So
I'm looking at a stat.
basically,
I
we
was
kind of gone
just
a
looking
run.
at a stat.
Okay, go for
Um,
it, Corey. What you got?
it was 49 points. We're averaging 49 points a game and 533 yards a game.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
This
I wish it was 50
this is
points
two
a game.
games, but I mean, I can take that, but then
I'm
again,
just begging at this point.
man, we're riding. I mean, this is a young old team. I'll say a young old team. They have experience, but they're fairly young. They have a lot of juniors, but I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get excited. I want to get too excited and get my hopes
I
up,
know. I
but
know. It's hard not to.
Hey
it look
guys, let's
it,
go ahead.
like they look good.
If you got any chats in, guys, and you'd like to ask us any questions or you have any more comments, I know Christian's got another one. You see, Lonzo McGregor, 120 yards. I think he had 150 actually. So according to Max Prep stats, 5 catches for 150 yards.
And it's a track meet
I
when he
get,
gets it. It's
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When he get that ball, I mean,
it's,
that first one he scored, man, did he dodge like 2 or 3 people?
fair.
Oh yeah.
Went inside, went back out.
Man, we kind of
Man,
figured
that kid is something else, bro.
The one that I thought was impressive was the Austin Watkins touchdown, where he had a little yak
that.
yardage there.
Yeah.
Not something he normally does, but he can do that when he needs to. He kind of made a couple of guys miss and rumbled in for the touchdown. I mean, I'm impressed by that because usually, the week one he had that awesome catch that was, you know, crossed out by the
Call back.
penalty. Yeah, and so
Mhm.
but that's usually what you see. Throwing it up to him deep. Jump ball. Catch that kind of play. But this time he actually caught it, made a couple of moves, and ran to the end zone for the touchdown. So that was impressive. Just something you don't normally see from him. Not that we're not surprised by that, just because of the kind of
Yeah.
athlete he is, but just something he doesn't normally do.
It's kind of
It
picky.
kind of, I guess,
Yeah.
overshadows
It's really kind of picky
by the
poison.
Deuce and yeah. When you got Deuce and Tyson out there, you kind of
Yeah.
lose
You
track
gotta
of him
figure out.
sometimes.
Just pick one and go with it, man.
Yeah. So has anybody else got any questions about this last week's game? Y'all are quiet tonight. We've heard from Hector and Christian. Anybody else out there got a chat for us? If not, we'll start looking at the next week's game, I guess. Y'all have anything else to wrap up about on this week's game? Any final thoughts on it?
Man, just
I think I said
once again, shout out
everything.
to the defense on my end. Keep it rolling. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Just shout out to the defense. Keep it rolling. Keep smacking heads. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking at some of the highlights and I love everything I see. So I'm staying level
Yeah.
headed. I'm not getting too excited. I'm staying level headed.
8-2, Corey. 8-2.
You did say that, Corey.
I'm still.
And I
I'm
hold you
not.
to
I
it.
can't.
Because at some point you're
I
going to
can't. I
tell me
can't.
what game we're going to lose.
He's
At
not
some
gonna
point
tell
you're
us.
going
I
to tell
didn't.
me.
I didn't. I It's not a. I didn't pick a game. I'm just saying. I'm not. I'm not going. I
No,
hope
no, no. But I'm
the 10
saying,
and 0.
you
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I can't.
Hector
I don't
says
want to.
looking forward to an explosive offense.
yeah.
I'm not being negative. I'm just
Me too,
saying that's
man.
how
Me too.
I view things. Can't be a
Christian knows
complete
what's up.
undefeated.
10 and
You
0.
know.
Hector's
You
10
know.
and 0. They
10
But
and
I
got
0.
the
mean,
10. They
Hey,
it
got
was a
the 10
good.
to
It was
do
a good
that.
game. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one. The next one, I'm kind of. I don't want to call it a trap game.
It's a trap game.
But
It's a trap
you
game.
know that I don't want them to be fooled by that 0-2 record. You know, because that first game they played, I think they lost by 1 point, 48-47 or something like that.
They're talking about Hallsville.
Yeah,
They lost to Kilgore
And Henderson.
49-27, and they lost
but
to
that first one
Henderson
they lost
48-47. Yes,
48-47. Yeah,
that was
so I don't
that
want them
was
to be fooled by that 0-2 record.
that was in Henderson.
Yeah,
So
see, yeah, and
I
just
think
stay level headed. Just stay level headed because that game, man, that like I don't want to call it a trap game, but like Corey's saying, it kind of is. It kind of is because you feel like you're supposed to go out there and do what you do, and you're gonna win. But man, I've been on the other side of that where yeah, it looks like we ain't about nothing. We down 2 games with the first 2 games we played, but understand we hungry, you know. So yeah, the next game we looking to beat up on somebody. You know, we trying to get it back. So I've been on the other side of that, and I know how those teams think, man. And I just want to make sure that we stay level headed and we go out there and we do what we got to do. We execute and we get the job done.
there we go, Corey. You're getting called out. Hector's calling you
That's
out.
fine.
Who are we losing to,
I
Corey?
don't.
Maybank and Athens.
That's all I'm
I don't
at.
know.
See, Hector know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm asking. Who are we losing
I'm.
to?
You can't never just pick an undefeated season. Everyone wants the team to be undefeated. I
Man, yes
want
you
the team to
can.
be
Yes
undefeated.
you
I'm not
can.
being negative.
Yes you can.
Everyone, how's your team
Look
going
at this back
undefeated?
here. Look at
How
this
the
back here.
how the Cowboys are gonna be this year? Oh, we're gonna win every game.
Hold on,
Of
hold
course,
on, hold
you
on.
may
It's
or may
real
not
simple
win
for
every
you.
game. Come on now.
They're gonna win every game. It's real simple.
But that's a fan. Well, listen, we talked about this on the podcast. I'm not a fan. You remember that? I'm a realist. I can't do the fan thing.
Man,
Fans, oh, we're gonna go 10-0.
well,
We just listen.
I
I'm a realist.
I just picked it by. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, if I'd have thought they weren't gonna win a game, I would have picked them to lose. But I just feel like with this team and the guys we have returning,
yeah.
I think Lindell's down. We're I think we're a couple touchdowns better than them. Kilgore's got a new
Hey,
coach. I think they're always good. Hey, they've got a new coach. I think we should beat them. I'm not saying we will. I'm just thinking. I think if we play our game, then we should go 10 and
Now
0.
listen,
and I agree a
if
thousand
we
percent.
go through,
It
I'm
looks
just telling you, if
favorable.
we go through and we smash Kilgore, the next time y'all see me on this, I might have some pom poms in my hands, and I might
I'm
be
just gonna
like,
say this.
hey,
I don't know about that one,
lose to the
Hector.
front. Hector, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Hector,
I
you're
don't
not
know.
good at
Hector,
getting
you losing
love.
cool points.
Hector,
You losing
Yeah.
cool points today.
Hector,
No,
my
we
guy.
blocking him out of chat.
Yeah,
Hector,
get him out of here.
you're gonna find
You
us
Get
a
him
talking
good
out of here.
team in
you
this
talking to two
group.
Longhorn
Come
fans,
on
two
now. You
Longhorn fans
know,
right here. Come on now. No, that's
you
not
know.
happening. That's not happening.
There's Hector.
But
He says
overall,
50-50 with
Field
Kilgore.
goal. Best 10-0,
like
worst 1.
I'm being I'm being realistic, okay? Overall, Aiden is the record I would say just just a raw score. And looking at the count, looking at the schedule, looking at everything how it looks, man. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, it looks like 10-0. I'm happy to be wrong at this point. I'm happy to be wrong, but I'm just saying, just 8-2. I'm not gonna get a little above my means. We kind of, we're a young football team. It's okay. We still gotta learn how to win the big games. The Lindell game's gonna be a big game. The center game's gonna be a very big game. Then of course the Kilgore game's gonna be a big game. We got some trap games in between. So I can't this is for sure. Now if we come out and like I have a good feeling that the Hallsville game's gonna be a little tougher than what it was supposed to be. We come out and smack them. Hey, this bets off.
Now, Christian, you're also that's a tough one to. I wouldn't mention that.
What?
Whew,
What?
That's
what is
gonna
the
be.
deal? What is the
What?
deal?
We got some Longhorn
What's
haters
wrong with
tonight.
y'all over here?
I don't know what's
He
going
put a
on.
will lose to Oklahoma. What is the
Man,
deal?
come on, man. Not to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is clones, man. They take all their best players come from
Hey,
Texas.
Oklahoma almost lost to somebody? It was at Tulane.
Yeah,
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 They
yeah,
took Tulane and they were out of their.
oh,
They got hurricaned out of their stadium. They played on the road in Oklahoma when they were supposed to have a home game, and they almost beat Oklahoma even still.
yeah. They almost did.
and that wasn't even the better team. Lafayette was the better team than Tulane.
Yeah, Texas played the tougher team this week, and it looked like
Lafayette
Oklahoma.
was
it was
really good.
not. Yeah.
Oklahoma. Nah.
So okay,
Yeah,
so we got Christians telling you what he thinks. Corey
I
10
hope
and
so.
0.
I hope 10-0. I hope 10-0. I hope 10-0.
Hector can't wait till CH gets hit in the mouth to see how they respond.
Very
Um,
true. I
I
agree.
don't. I think that will happen
That's
eventually, so
that's
we'll
what
see.
I'm waiting on. That's what I'm waiting on.
So
I'm
Hmm.
waiting on
far,
how we respond to adversity.
Yeah.
so far we've gotten out to a very good starts in the first two games, which you know, always good starts, always good. So if they ever don't get off to a good start,
The
which
good
is
thing
bound to
is that
happen
we play.
eventually.
I'm worried about the center game, but we play them at home, so I'm happy that that's a home game. Because I am worried about that center game.
The revenge games I'm not worried about. The Lindale Centers, no, those are circled on our calendar for sure. I'm pretty sure the coaches already have those circled. They have no motivation at all whatsoever to do that. They know the assignment when it
Well
comes
then,
to those games. Revenge games are very
well then we've
simple.
got we've
Do
got
them
several
like
of
they
those
did
then.
us last year.
We've
Yeah,
Yeah.
got
exactly.
Kilgore, Lindale, Center, Palestine. They all beat us last year. So there's lots of those
And
games.
like the ones that was embarrassing, like the center game. No, they need to tap that on the chin. They need that one. They need that one back. And the Lindale
Hmm.
game, they need that one back too. We bringing out championship trophies and
Very true.
everything.
I agree.
This is what
I
you
agree
do
with
when you
that
win state.
statement.
You got to beat the through what you don't have one. For. We need to beat them 59-0. Like don't chance, just take it away. That's what
Was that your
I'm getting
prediction for
riled
the
up.
score of this week's game?
What I said Lindale
Or
59-0. I want that to be the Lindale game. Lindale was getting a little
oh,
bit beside
okay,
themselves in social media. I don't like all that. Don't get me
okay.
started.
Well, I think
Yeah.
they're not the same team as they were last year. So I don't know what they lost already to Kaufman. Did Lindell win this last week?
Yeah, they barely won.
I didn't.
They
um,
won.
Let me check.
They beat Pine
They
Tree.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in saying that, now we did move up the rankings again. I don't know if y'all saw the Dave Campbell rankings.
Hmm.
Let me pull them up and we can talk about that.
I heard we moved up,
Um,
but I couldn't find what we moved up
I
to.
believe we're number 7 now in
Number
the new
7.
rankings. Yeah. Number 7. I believe Kilgore maybe 5. Let's see. We
Our
got
loss was one.
Christian says we're beating Lindale 45-21.
Mm, I feel it.
We have our
I feel
first
it.
prediction. Hector's got Chapel Hill 49, Hallsville 21. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's a good
I
that's
mean,
good
they've
it's a
given
good
up
prediction.
49 points this far. They've given up 48, 49 points every week this far.
So they gonna give us
Might as
something.
well.
They
You know
gonna give
what?
us something. The difference is our
I'm
defense
going.
don't do that. We don't give up stuff like that. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I'm
don't give them
I'm
that
I'm
thing.
going to. I'm writing my prediction down here. I think we're on a mission. I'm gonna write my prediction down. I'm rocking with that one, but we'll get to that in a minute.
So
But
so basically we've got Hallsville that's played basically our district schedule. So
pretty
it should
much,
be kind of a good testing to see kind of where we are. If it looks like we should win this rather handily. If we're where we want to be, if we're wanting to be better than Kilgore right now, then we need to definitely take care of this game. Henderson's picked fifth in our district. They won by 1 point, so you got to figure we're going to need to take care of business by a couple of touchdowns at least. Now it is in Hallsville, so you know, what's our third away game technically of the season. We're never gonna have a home game,
This is good.
so
It's doing it on
we'll
the
be able
road.
to finish. We'll be able to finish with four out of 7 games at home. So we'll be
I feel like this will be
interesting to
more of a
see.
true road game because I'm pretty sure the Hallsville crowd's gonna be out there that night. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure this will be more of a true road game. So because I don't know if the Greenville crowd was really there, but I know East Texas. So East Texas is always gonna come out to football games no matter what. So I'm pretty
yeah.
sure Hallsville's gonna show up.
There was a good crowd in Greenville. It wasn't. I mean, Chapel Hill had close to as many as we did. Here's Kristen Blevins, 56-21, Hallsville.
I like that one.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. I like that one. I'm going 62-14.
See, you're along the lines of me, Corey. That's kind of what I was thinking in that very
I'm going
same.
62-14
That's kind
as
of what
well.
I'm thinking too. I feel like we're gonna score a lot, and they're not gonna score that much at all. Like, but at the same time, I can't stress enough: do not sleep on this game. Like, come out with that intensity, because man, like if you give an inch, I'm telling you, they'll take a mile. Before you know it, you're chasing them. So just
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 63-21. I think we blow them out. I think we get way ahead and we put in our second team defense, and they give up a late touchdown or two, and kind of give them the 21.
man, let's see. I'm gonna say. I feel like it could be 60 something.
He's Christian's already picking the Henderson game. He's got us winning by 13.
Ooh, well, we're going to put the cart before the horse.
Hector, he said you've redeemed yourself in Hector's eyes, Corey.
Oh, somebody said something about TCU. Oh, it's Hector again. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't see a comment. I didn't see a comment. All I remember, I thought we kicked him out over the TCU thing, but it's okay.
you know that
Yeah,
you know
Hey, Hector's one of our sponsors. He's always welcome. Now we may
yeah.
not agree with his comment, but he's sponsoring us,
I
so
know. I'm just playing.
you know
You know I'm playing, man. You know
we
everything
love
I do.
Hector.
I got the
Man,
score down by the way, 49-21. I got the score down, and I got Christian score too, so I got him down.
I'm gonna say
Brett,
52,
Did you get
52
did you get mine,
to
Corey?
17.
Vince was 52-17.
Yeah,
Vince. Mine was
what was
63
it?
to 21.
Vince, what was your score?
52 to 17.
Okay, okay.
All right, Christian, make sure you save those scores
62-14.
for the games when we're ready. We won't remember those from
I mean, they're
here
in
in a
chat,
few weeks.
right? They're gonna be on the thing,
Yeah,
so yeah,
they might be in chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't let us forget those.
Yeah, we can go back and check. Yeah, like he might be just picking the winners here. Like, hey, let's keep
It could
going.
be. It could be. Did you get
Let's
mine?
keep going. Yeah, 52-17. No,
That was
52-17, 63-21 Brick. So I got it.
yeah,
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
good one.
okay.
Well, y'all got
I'm
anything
feeling
else?
that. Um, I haven't done much. I haven't done much research on Hallsville. I'll probably look at it again sometime, probably tomorrow, maybe even a little bit tonight. Watch a little film. Um, I just it's rare to not see Hallsville competing. So Hallsville used to be at least decent. So I don't know if it's just a bad thing or not. So, but we'll hopefully, just based on how they've played against our district foes, and we're supposed to be better than Henderson. and we're neck and neck with Kilgore. You know, I mean, it looks like it's favorable on our end. So
Oh, here we go.
okay.
Casey Joe says Chapel Hill 42, Hallsville 14. Thanks for tuning in and
Oh,
watching us, Casey. Welcome.
thank you. All right.
Yeah. What's up, Casey? I know who Casey is. Tell Clayton that I said what's up.
Man, name dropping. Wait.
My bad. I probably shouldn't
He's
say
like,
stuff
whoa. He's
like
like,
that.
shh, shh.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
No, I like the predictions, man. It makes it, as long as we blot it out, nobody else is watching it. But I like the predictions. It's kind of keeping it up. I like that.
Hey, y'all want to pick some games in our district or something for fun?
You can add them if
Sure,
you
why
want.
not?
I mean, that'd be something fun. We can let's see. We got Henderson at or Jacksonville at Henderson. I'm gonna say
You just
Jacksonville.
want me to pick a winner or pick a
yeah,
score?
we're just gonna pick a winner on that one. We'll just pick winners
Oh, I'm gonna go
for that.
Henderson.
I'm gonna pick Henderson as well.
Yeah, nobody likes Jacksonville from Chapel Hill. It's all
Now,
good.
hey, my
Too
wife
many
is from
bad memories.
Jacksonville. My wife's from
Too many
Jacksonville,
bad
so
memories. Football and
I
basketball.
mean,
Too
there's
many
some
bad
good people. There's some people in Jacksonville. I mean, but traditionally, no.
hey,
No,
there's
we're
Adam.
picking
Adam,
anybody over Jacksonville.
hey Adam, get your score in for us, Adam. Make your prediction. Okay, so we got Pine Tree at Kilgore. I think I'm gonna take Kilgore.
I'm taking Pine Tree with the upset.
Okay.
I'll take Kilgore.
You heard
Kilgore
it
gonna lose
first.
one game this year, and it's gonna be the Chapel
You
Hill.
heard it first. Pine
Christian
Tree with
takes.
the upset.
Okay. All right. Christian said he wants Jacksonville.
Okay.
Mm.
So you gonna
Didn't
jump
he
in
also
with us?
pick
All right.
Oklahoma? Did
Yeah. He
he
sure.
pick Oklahoma? I don't think his
He did.
vote count. That count.
Yeah, yeah. Scratch that vote.
Yeah, that's
Scratch
gonna
that.
count. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. You
You
got
can't
this is
pick.
an
You can't.
interesting game.
You can't pick two L's in a row. You can't do that. That's not.
This is interesting, guys. We got Lindale at Van. Ooh,
Mm,
man, that's a rivalry
mm,
game. Van Lindale. I mean, they're close in proximity. Old district
mm.
foes from years past.
Lindale got a
It,
lot of kids.
I'm picking Van because
I want to go
I
with Van too, but
I want to, but man, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna stick with Lindale. I think Lindale is just too much depth and too talented. I think to for Van.
See, that's the thing
you
with
need to be
Van. They,
humble.
they they never have. I don't think they ever had like a lot of kids at that school to like. They might be really good, but it's just like I said, Lindale. There's a lot of kids going to Lindale right now,
There's
and
Adam's score, Corey.
I
Adam's
got it.
got
I got it.
35-7 Hallsville.
I
You got
think
him.
I just
All right.
think they got too much depth, man. And so I'm gonna go Lindale. I'm gonna go Lindale.
Okay. Uh, Palestine at Rusk.
Rusk.
You know
Palestine.
who's the coach at Rusk? Our old state championship coach Thomas Sitton's at Rusk. And also, did y'all know who is the quarterback at Rusk?
And
Y'all
then
might
one
not
of the
know this.
McCallums.
It is, yes. One of the
Yeah.
they of course being my family in laws being from Jacksonville kind of get some of the inside information. And I can't remember which kid it is, but one of them moved their kids to Russ because they didn't want to compete for quarterbacks against their
And the other one's
cousins.
in Jacksonville. I knew
Uh-huh. Yeah.
they were in
Ah,
Jacksonville. I knew it. I
So
was like, yeah, I saw that.
so I believe it's at Rusk. I'm gonna go with Rusk as well.
I'm picking Russ. I did not know Coach Sinton was at Russ, but
I'm
that's
going
a
with
good one.
Palestine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Palestine.
Christian's got Rusk. Christian, I
Oh,
think
Russ.
we're missing one game. I think you need to pick which game are you missing? You're missing the Kilgore Pine Tree game, Christian, if you're gonna jump in with us. So make sure you choose that one. All right, we got Fairfield at Athens. I'm gonna take Athens.
Yeah, Fairfield
Yeah,
lost a. Traditionally, Fairfield's been good, but I don't know. I think they got beat last week by somebody they should have beat by like 30 points. So I'm picking Athens.
Athens. I think everybody's gonna pick Athens on that one.
Yeah, Christian picked Athens as well. He also took Pine Tree.
Redeem yourself, Christian. I like that. Redeem yourself. Not bad. You're still 1-2 right now, but it's okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of go over the rankings this week of Class 4A Division One. I'm sure y'all all know Argyle's number one. They beat Pleasant Grove 62-21.
Yeah.
You got Corpus Christi Cal Allen is also 2-0. They're number two. They won over Jordan and 55-20. Waco La Vega, number three. They moved up
Always
from
good.
number four. Um, I think who lost? El Campo lost last week, so they moved down to nine. Uh, Austin LBJ 2-0. They're number four. Kilgore is number five. Midlothian Heritage number six. Tyler Chapel Hill, which I hate when they do that. Just make it Chapel Hill. Come
Just make it Chapel Hill.
on. We're not even in Tyler. I don't understand why they do that. It's
You know
annoying.
how
It's
they do.
irritating.
When we do well, it's Tyler Chapel Hill.
I'm not getting on that. I'm not getting on that this week.
That's
I'm
the
not
truth.
doing
But
that.
when it's something wrong, when it's something bad, it
Yeah,
becomes Miss
they
Chapel Hill
won't.
I'm not doing that this week.
Yeah.
all the time.
Stephenville 2-0. They're number eight. El Campo 1-1. They're number nine. And Paris is 10 at 1-1. They lost last week to Salina. So they actually were unranked. They lost to Salina by 11 and moved up into the rankings. That's interesting.
Hmm.
So the game I want to see this week, which game
All right,
is it?
let's
What game was I wanting to see? There's gonna be a game this week. I think it's Salina plays somebody really good.
Solana played Paris last week.
Yeah, but I think
Solana
they
played
play
Paris last
another
week and they
tough
beat them.
another tough game of Salina. Their like schedule is ridiculous. What you got, Corey? You gonna say something?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm not. Now you got me looking up the Solana game. I gotta see what they're playing.
I, I feel like it was somebody good, and I just can't remember. I was like, whoa, okay.
Oh yeah, no, they're playing Argyle. Yeah, so they're playing somebody
Argyle,
good.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think
Dead man walking.
I knew it was a
No,
game, and I just couldn't remember who it was.
you know what? I'm going off of upset. I'm going upset. I'm going upset. I'm
boy, hush,
I'm picking Solana.
hush,
I'm picking
You gonna
Solana,
hush,
pick
man.
Salina over
hush.
Argo?
On the tradition of the Solana Bobcats. I'm picking Solana.
Oof.
On the tradition. On
Hey,
the
Christian said
tradition
he's gonna
of
be
what they have
he's
six
gonna
state
be 4 and
titles.
0 or
Yeah,
3
I'm
and
picking
0.
Solana.
Christian's gonna be 3 and 0. He says.
All right,
Let's see.
everybody's. This is what I was. I was laughing at this earlier. I was waiting for it to post. Okay, so if and not if and when Texas beats Oklahoma and Henderson beats Jacksonville, he'll be 1-2. Hey, he's got to boot him out of chat at least for 1 week. That's it.
uh, See, Adam's used to Stephenville. He says he grew up out towards Stephenville. They used to whoop us every year. Yeah,
That's how it
Stephenville's
goes.
always good. Stephenville's always got a good program. Well, y'all got any final thoughts of just kind of before next week's game? Anything to kind of wrap us up here?
Uh,
I'll
Anything
go.
y'all are maybe something
I
y'all
mean,
are
yeah.
looking for, like maybe that's like a key to work on or something to improve on this week that we need to see.
I mean, stay consistent. For me, it's stay consistent. Get better each week. Don't take a big leap. A gradual step. You want to gradually get better each week. Sure up on some things on defense. Keep running the football, controlling the clock on offense. and for the most part dominate the game, win the games you're supposed to win. If you're supposed to win the matchup, win that matchup. Dominate the game, win the war in the trenches. Don't let up on defense. And this is the other thing about I'm waiting for us to have that killer mentality. I hate using those words like that. Now using a killer mentality. If the team is down, they haven't scored a point, don't give them a point. No, don't let them score. Like, hey, we're not giving up anything. I want them to have that killer mentality. Just we're going for the neck every time. Once they get that step, and I always use the analogy too. Once you start tasting blood, you're always gonna want that. And so when you get that killer mentality, that's what I want them to have. Just every single week, continue to get better and just dominate. That's what I want. I want that for them more than anything. But I want them to gradually keep going there. Get that killer mentality. Just go for the neck every time. This is a revenge tour. So hey,
Yeah,
we're taking out on everybody right now.
yeah.
All right, Vince, what you got?
I kind of agree with what Corey said, man. Like I kind of agree with all of that. Just get that killer mentality, and stay focused, man. Stay focused. It's so easy to get wrapped up in hype, to get lost in your own hype, and you see kids do it, man. Just focus on the goal at hand, like, and we sitting there, we talking about down the road, but don't worry about down the road right now. You just stay focused on Hallsville, you know, and take in as much film as you can between now and Friday. It'll help, you know. Um, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, from where I've kind
Let
of
the old men
watched.
in the barbershop talk. Y'all perform. You good.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen from the first two games, each game we've improved. I'd like to clean up some of the little mistakes. You know, concentration, work on the drops, things like that. I've seen the penalties start to clean up themselves, which is good. Um, I think the defense just needs to keep coming out playing strong. I think the first 2 weeks they've been the reason why we've dominated the game. Not to take anything away from the offense, but I think the defense has looked really sharp.
Mhm.
They're able to get a lot of guys in and out, keep things fresh, um, and keep the offense on the field to give them chances. I know y'all didn't get to see the first quarter, but the offense didn't come out sharp as it did game one. Now we got on a roll right as we came on. We finally had a drive, but there was uh, we let Livingston drive the ball down, and we stopped them on fourth down a couple of times in our own territory or in like they were about to score, and so the offense got the ball back and really didn't do anything. It was 3 plays and out. We gave it right back to them. They drove, so we didn't get off to a great start. So I like to see the offense, and I say that we've played well. It's just we expect more from those guys, just from the guys we place out there on the field.
Mhm.
I mean, you can't tell me that there's another team. I don't know big schools maybe, but like in 4A, they can place the four guys we have out wide and line up that talent that we have at receiver. I just couldn't. I can't see it. Now there may be one out there, but I don't think so. And so you can't take like maybe you have one shutdown corner. Well, who are you going to put him on? You going to try to put him on
No,
Deuce because then you're going to just dump it to
and
Tyson and
bury him,
Watkins
eat
at
you
the point,
alive.
right? And can you put one guy on Deuce? Really, he's so fast. If he
I
makes a
know.
catch and you don't tackle him, he gone.
And you
So
can't
I
even
think
pressure our quarterback, man. Did you notice how he was? They was trying to put pressure on him, and he would step up in the pocket and still make the throw.
yeah, he's got
Like,
both. He's got both games. He can step
yeah,
up, and I think that's the main difference between this year and last year.
yeah.
Cam Ford was an incredible athlete, but when he didn't have something on his first few reads, what did he do?
He counted on him.
He
Like I
tucked
said,
it. He
last time,
tucked
he
it and
bet on him.
ran. He
Yeah,
tucked it and ran, which there's nothing wrong with that. But Tyler Jones hasn't the option to sit in the pocket a little bit, and he's gotten where he's pretty good at it. and maybe can wait for his guys to get open because, maybe they can cover Deuce and Barry for 2 or 3 seconds, but you give them, 5, 6, 7 seconds, it gets that much harder to cover him. So he's able to wait for them to kind of run themselves open. Whereas if he needs to run, he can, but he's able to also stay in the pocket and throw. And being able to do both, I think, is very, very impressive because you don't see that a whole lot. Usually you're either a pocket passer or you're a scrambler. And he's actually a hybrid of both.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I want to see. I want to see the offense get kind of in some more rhythm. And I think it will help because this will only be Jones' third start with them. Even they had 7-on-7 and all that's a different game. This is different. You got the linemen out there. You got big guys coming at you. So I'm excited to see once they start clicking, and then you throw those 4 or 5 backs that they're rotating in. That's when I think you're going to see them start to roll over some teams.
Yeah.
Because the defense is already there. I wouldn't say they're peaking, but they're playing well every game. I've yet to see the defense really not play well. We've missed a few tackles here and there, but if you compare that to the past, y'all know that's one of the biggest things that eats at me. It's when you don't wrap that ball carrier up and you have missed tackle, missed tackle, he's gone. This year we haven't had that a whole lot. The majority of the time they've wrapped up and taken care of us. I want to see the defense continue to play well. I want to see the offense get rolling and just steamroll them this week. So I think that's what we need to get because I feel like we beat the teams both the last 2 games pretty handily, but the score did not dictate how we dominated the game. We should have won those games by 40 points at least.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And I know one of the things that helps us out. Adam made a comment here. How about the band? Caused several delay of game penalties on the other team. Love it. Got a shout to Mr. Hewitt. Glad he was able to make it to this week's game. He's always got the band up and hype, and they're a big presence in the game. So got Corey Ford, former band member, knows exactly what that was. You tuba, Corey? We on tuba?
Yep.
Thought so.
Tuba showed
Yeah.
Well, I got anything else? I think I'm ready. I know that. We'll have the game.
Me too.
We'll be on Texan Live. Hopefully, we'll get that game started right at the beginning for y'all this week.
NFL season starting back. NFL season starting back this Sunday.
Corey just lost his first fantasy draft. Oh, wait, I said that.
Oh no, you said that. You said that. You know what? You know what I was thinking?
Your first pick? Who'd you take with your first pick? Was that
Listen, this is what I was thinking. This is what I was thinking. This is what
Oklahoma guy? Oklahoma guy first pick, number 1 pick.
Well, he's from Texas. We started. He was at Texas, so that don't count. So
okay.
But I was thinking more of like the DraftKings where you had like a salary cap. I was like, if I pick a if I pick the cheaper quarterback, maybe I could pick a better running back. And I'm like, I started thinking, I'm like, what?
That was almost like a Vince pick.
I'm doing, but it's okay. It's all right. So what?
I mean, you could have picked Deshaun Watson. He was available.
He's gonna be available too for a long time.
No, he's not. He's not gonna be available.
No, he's
gonna be behind bars. He'll be playing for the Jailbirds. What's that movie? Gosh, what's the prisoners play the guard? What is that?
The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. Yeah, he can play that.
I don't know.
You're not gonna get.
I have no words.
You're not gonna go with me with this Tom Brady over Dallas stuff. You're gonna have to just go on with that. That's about as bad as picking Oklahoma to win.
No, actually, you know what? You may have redeemed yourself. I take that back. You're back in. You're back in, Christian. You're back in. I appreciate that. You're back in. I'm not a Cowboy fan. Not at all.
And on the real, guys, we appreciate everybody that's that stick around and tune in and watching us tonight. Be sure to share with your
Absolutely.
friends. Let them know, hey, we're here talking Bulldog football every week here on at Wednesday night 8:30. So make sure you share it. Let them know. Also, if you're interested in checking out the game, you can't find the game for some reason on Friday nights, reach out to me, message me, and get that link to you. Again, we on Texas Live this week. Go ahead and subscribe. It's $10.95 a month. That is a steal for the amount of football games that are on the network. So you get Chapel Hill football, you get all the games that Texas Live covers. So there's games on Thursdays, there's games on Saturdays. So if you like high school football, you love to subscribe to Dave Campbell's Texas Live. So they do a great job with their platform, and we appreciate them putting us on. It gives all our guys national exposure. Like they'll get their highlights and stuff will be on Fox Sports on their highlight show. So, we appreciate y'all, all those that tune in and watch us here during the week. But make sure you tune in and catch us on Friday nights. We have some great sponsors. We got Hector here, one of our sponsors that tunes in and watches us here tonight. To thank him and numerous other sponsors. So we really appreciate all that y'all do. And again, share us if you like us. Reach out to us. Hey, we enjoy this about your show. Hey, we'd like to see this. Give us suggestions.
Yeah.
We're up for suggestions. We want to make this as much and as interactive as possible.
Yeah.
So we've kind of started adding some things to kind of make it a little fun. So if you got any other suggestions, feel free to let us know. So I'm going.
Just don't suggest me to be a Cowboy fan because it ain't happening.
And no more suggestion as to what they gonna do outside of win every game this year. Longhorns for life, baby.
Hey, you're as long as you stick with the Longhorns, you got it. So on that note, I'm gonna end with some good old blue and yellow music. Shout out to Trey.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm Brett 20, recording Marshall Johnson. Thanks for tuning into the Bulldogs Sports Network Week 2 wrap-up show. We'll catch you next week after the Chapel Hill win right here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Good night, everyone.
Peace.